Before we begin today's session, we, the organizers of October and Beyond, would like to share some words with you about this time of year. I will pass it over to Holly, and she will say a few words about that.
Thanks, Megan. We would like to acknowledge that today is the third day of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. This is a global campaign that runs from November 25th, which is the International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women, until December 10th, which is the International Human Rights Day. There is a femicide or gender-related homicide every other day in Canada. Of these murders, 66% were perpetrated by an intimate partner and 28% by another family member. It's not always reported in the local news coverage as femicide or gender-related homicide. Often it doesn't even get reported at all. But researchers who carefully tease out the data are certain that these are what the statistics are telling us.
Gender-based violence is more than femicide. Physical violence, criminal harassment, emotional or physiological abuse, economic abuse, reproductive coercion, spiritual abuse, and technology-facilitated violence are some of the other examples of gender-based violence. Many of these victims do not immediately or ever report their abuse due to fear of stigma, feelings of shame, lack of resources, and rural or remote Canadians are more likely to be victims of gender-based violence, and other risk factors for gender-based violence include being younger in age, being Indigenous, lesbian or bisexual women, trans or gender diverse people, and those living with disabilities. To learn more about this, search 16 Days of Action Against Gender-Based Violence in Canada. In addition, the link will be shared in the chat for those who are watching on the app version of WebEx.
In Ontario, the Occupational Health and Safety Act requires employers to take steps to prevent violence and harassment in the workplace. To learn more about the requirements in Ontario, you can search for Ontario Prevention Workplace Violence. This will take you to the steps that employers are required to take. The link will also be put in the chat for this. In addition, we also hope you'll take a moment on December to privately or publicly commit to uphold all human rights everywhere, including at work.
Thank you for that, Holly and Krista.